I'm Lynn Eib. I work as a patient advocate, offering emotional and spiritual support to cancer patients and their caregivers. Well, my experience with colon cancer is rather unusual. I was diagnosed at the age of 36, which is very, very young. Testing is not even recommended till you're 50, so I was way too young to be thinking about anything like that. I was a health nut, exercised all the time, ate very healthy. My doctors discovered I had a tumor in my colon. It was nearly obstructing, had spread to 5 of my lymph nodes, which meant it was locally advanced, and I needed surgery and then chemotherapy. The odds that I would survive that cancer were given to me at about 40% at that time. Of course, that was back in 1990. I was very frightened of chemotherapy. I think had I been able to have the surgery and cut the cancer caught early, as colon cancer often is, and cured with that, I think I'd have probably been able to go back to kind of my happy life. And back then they didn't have all the wonderful anti-nausea drugs that we have nowadays, so it was definitely rough. But I got through it, and I would have to say it wasn't as awful as I thought it was going to be. I think everyone has something about their cancer journey that makes it unique and makes it really hard. For me personally, it was really 2 things. It was the fact that my husband had lost his first wife. His first wife had died from Lou Gehrig's disease, ALS, when they were newlyweds. So this was an absolute nightmare for him to now have me diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. But the hardest thing for me personally was being a young mother facing cancer. When I would look at my girls, it was all I could do not to cry every time I looked at them. I was so afraid that I wouldn't get to see them grow up. And I remember praying one day, Lord, if I'm going to die at 36, I'm okay with that. I have had a wonderful, a blessed life. You have been so good to me that you don't owe me anything. I remember saying that. But for my little girls, I would love to be here. I don't want them to grow up without a mommy. I remember when the youngest one graduated from high school, I remember literally going, like a sigh of relief. Yes, I did it, I made it. And everything else is like icing on the cake now, to see them graduate from college, to see 2 of them married, to have a new grandson now. It's just things I never even dared hope and dream for, and I've been blessed to see them, so I'm very, very blessed. I believe that what I've learned from cancer is that cancer, or any trial in life, can be the vehicle that God will use to bring blessing into our life. And I don't think people appreciate that until you have suffered. I would have never chosen that, but it's, I believe, what God chose for me, and it's been an absolute amazing blessing for me. I would say that my gift is encouragement, that I like to figure out however I can do it to make people feel encouraged. When people have been in my presence, I hope when they leave, they feel better, stronger, more hopeful, more peaceful, whatever. I realize now that my life was a preparation for this. We are in this together.